Hello everyone, this is Eagle and welcome back in Steel Division 2. So we continue our review and today we have a special group to review. It's the Morskaya Gruppa Bakhtina, or what is known as the Naval Infantry or the Naval Commando of the Soviet Union. So it says here that Morskaya Gruppa Bakhtina was formed from the Black Sea Fleet, and it was also supported by infantry troops from the 46th Army. And it was led by the commander Alexander Bakhtin. The division is notable for establishing two bridgeheads across the Dniester River in the initial assault on Romania, and it was able to hold them successfully against Axis attempts to dislodge the division from that position. The division depends mainly on OSNAS VMF, which is basically commandos, like I said earlier. It is also supported by off-map rocket artillery from MLRS ships, and it has some old but capable planes to support them. And while the division has all of this, it lacks good tanks to support on the ground. So that is basically what the game says here about this division, which is accurate, to be honest. Adding to this some more information which I got, that actually the naval infantry in the Soviet Union was only about one brigade when the World War II started, or basically Operation Barbarossa started, but with war expanding, the Navy started to increase this number until it almost reached 350,000 men, divided into almost 40 naval brigades. And as the game mentions here, it covers certain part related to the assault on Romania. This fighting group was able to cross the Dniester River on the left flank of the Soviet 46th Army and continued its offensive efforts, which resulted into encirclement of the 3rd Romanian Army. So that's basically all what I have regarding this division. Let's move on and see how did I build this division. So this is the division, everyone. Let me start by saying that this division has three main problems, actually. So it's not the best division to play with in a 1 versus 1. And the reason is as follows. The first thing, that it lacks proper tanks. The second thing, that it basically lacks proper equipment or proper units in phase A. And the third thing, that it lacks proper support as well. And by support I mean proper assault guns or support guns. So let us see how we configure this division. It has a great recon tab with lots of choices. So here we have this Ford GBA, which is basically a car that can goes through water. It's an amphibious car which has an MG mounted on it. We have here also the OSNAS Sabiri of a strength of 4, and we are good in close combat. Sniperi, which is a normal sniper. Morskaya Rasvitka, which a group of 12 men, and they are good in close combat and medium range. And we have also the OSNAS Siberi, which are again snipers. We have the Rasvitka, which basically troops with bazooka that we love to use. They are back in this division. And we have this Su-57, which is 57 millimeter mounted gun on a half track. But the trick here that most of these units don't come in phase A. So only I think the units which related to the Navy can come in phase A. So trucks are not available in phase A, like the Su-57 and the BA-10M. So setting this up would be a little bit tricky. We have also here the OSNAS VMF, which is a unit that has snipers as well, and as it has MG. So that's the unit which I choose to take. And we also have, I put another card from it on phase B, and I put one card of Rasvitka and one card of the BA-10M, but unfortunately it will not be able to come to support until phase B. Now, looking back at this, I might have choose to put more snipers since we have lots of them, like the OSNAS Sabiri. But anyway, that's how I choose to configure the recon tab. In the infantry tab, we have also lots of choices and lots of naval infantry. So I put one card of leaders. We have this Morskaya Gruppa DB, which is basically an infantry unit that is good in long range. We have the Morskaya Sabiri, which is also a close combat unit. I took one card of these in phase A. I will go through all other units. I'm just saying what I put here now. And we have flamethrower team. I use this also in phase A. And we have the normal Sabiris, which I use two cards in phase B. And then we have this unit, which has Thompsons. And I used one card of these in phase B. And the Binal troops, Strafniki, which we also used before. It has a strength of 20 men. So I use this in phase B. And then we have this unit which has also strength of 13 that I used in phase C. We have lots of units here that has higher strength, but maybe they are not so great in terms of stats. But let's see what is left here. This Sabiri unit for strength and has bazooka. It's basically a bad unit, very underperforming. And we have the Comrade leader. We already put one leader, so I didn't put the other one. We have the Morskaya Gruppa, which I believe used to lay smokes. They have strength of 13, but they have bolt action rifles, and for some reason I don't like the bolt action rifles unless they have scope on it. OSNAS. This is also a bazooka team, but with a strength of 4. I didn't use that. Streliki SVT. We have Automatiki. We have, what else do we have here? This unit we already used. OSNAS Komroti. Those are leaders. Yeah, so basically, lots of options in this division. You can set up in tons of several ways. That's how I put it, and that's how I use it. So moving on to the tank tab, we only have one slot with one type of tanks, which is the T-34-76. So I use those in phase B. Pretty weak representation of tanks in this division. And here, we don't, this tab, support tab, is not so great, to be honest. I think it's the weakest point of this division, because we only have one card of these 76mm and then nothing else. And we have basically the Maxims, but the Maxims also are not so great. And other than this, no much choices. I put one commandant. I put 2 cards of supply trucks because since this division doesn't have much of support, I decided to use more artillery. So moving to the anti-tank tab, we have the BTRS. We have 2 types of BTRS team. One is cost of 10 and the other is with cost of 20. So I used one of them. And then we have the ZIS-2 57 millimeter. This is the best gun that we have here, so I used that. Anti-air. Not so much great anti-air also. The anti-air here doesn't come in phase A, it only comes in phase B. So I had to drop any anti-air in phase A. Otherwise I could have used this, but this ZenArt 25mm is not so great. It's not that good. It also have limited ammo, like 400 shells only. So I used the anti-air in phase B, and I will compensate this with air units in phase A, basically. Moving to the artillery, and that's where I choose to put lots of artillery. I used the 82mm mortar, and I used 15 artillery beasts basically to put some firepower in this division, because as I said, this division lacks lots of firepower, and we will see that this was useful in the next game. Then we have 2 off maps. I used them both. One of them is using MLRS rockets off map, and the other one is basically railway gun. So moving to the air tab, we have here also the Spitfire recon unit. It comes with 2 units in phase A, but I wanted to use it vetted, so I put it in phase B instead, and I used the Lag 3-4. I used the IL-2 M3 in phase A, and then I used the A20 Boston in phase B as a bomber. And since this division lacks lots of tanks, I used the planes with anti-tank rockets, 7 of them, 3 in phase A and 4 in phase C. Someone might configure this in a different way. I didn't use the napalm. They reduce its capability too much, so it's kind of useless now to be used. And other than this, there could be some other choices, I don't know, but this is how I configured this division. As I said, the division is not that great in gameplay because it lacks lots of things in phase A basically, so you have to be able to hold until phase B in order to start bringing good equipment. But even though at that time you don't have any tanks, and you will have to rely on the anti-tanks and on the air support. So let's jump into the battle and see how this battle went. So everyone, this is the game. We started deploying our units here. I'm playing against a player called Comrade.bigbang from Foxes. I think this is a clan. I'm playing on the left side and he's playing on the right side. So I have started deploying my units from Gruppa Bakhtina, or the naval Soviet infantry. As I said, this division lacks good units in phase A, basically. My opponent is playing with the 10th guard tank corps. It's not a great division also, but let's see how things goes. So he started with the BTRS. You cannot do that anymore after the new batch. Basically, even if you get destroyed with the BTRS, the units inside will not be completely wiped out. It will be just half of the strength. So that's a good thing actually to stop some rush spam at the beginning. This was a good move by Eugene to balance. So fighting is going on the center, and I was able to stop him here as well and advancing my troops on the south. He started by deploying B-39N fighter, trying to take out my snipers, which are causing him some trouble. I deployed the Lag 3-4. Let's see if it's gonna make a difference. The B-39 seems to be much better in terms of resiliency. I have the another fighter coming from the back. So he destroyed the lag. And he is trying to maneuver. Let's see if he's gonna be able to run away. Still fighting is going on the sky, and also here he has Z3 firing at my units from this distance. He's using it as an artillery, basically. And I was able to take his B-39 in. Fighting is still going on in this side. He has a tank here, and Bakhtina doesn't have any tanks in phase A, not even a light armor. He has this BTRS standing alone here, and he has some MG and anti-tank gun on the north. But fighting is mostly on the south and on the center, as I mentioned. And he started deploying 120mm mortar right from the start of the game. And I also started deploying the 82mm mortar here as well. Things are calm in the north. The center, I'm pushing him slowly. Leveraging the mortar to destroy this anti-tank, I believe. He's using these Z3s as support guns, and he now started attacking with the mortar. He has the mortar coming with the support trucks as well, supply trucks. So this must be very expensive. But anyway, he's, by the way, playing a flat line. I mean the type of income. I haven't seen anybody playing this type of income since long time. Mostly people just go with the Maverick or Balanced, and sometimes I see Vanguard. But anyway, he these tanks, and he deployed another tank, is really supporting his units here, and I have nothing basically to push in phase A. Let's see if he's gonna use the mortars more effectively. So I started deploying anti-tank. Come on. I mean, these rocket planes, I don't know, they have nerfed them or what, but they're starting to becoming useless basically. I mean, earlier they used to destroy a tank like this from the first shot, but now this is not the case. Sometimes even small tanks or light tanks are not destroyed. But anyway, he's using the mortars heavily. He has another 120 millimeter here, so I guess he's gonna rely on this too much during the game. But I am able to push his infantry in the center, gaining 13 flag against only 11. I think it's time for him to deploy anti-air. Now I got the tank, finally. In the south, it's calm now. I mean, my units are just staying in their position. He's firing heavily using these mortars. Now I started to attack this MG and the ZIS-3, but I don't think it will make it because it's only one support gun. But the mortars here will start firing. Again, I missed this SG-43. 13 flag to Gruppa Bakhtina and 11 flag to the 9th guard. Sorry, to the 10th guard tank corps. Lots of artillery spam by this guy. I mean, he invested a lot in the artillery. I mean, it cost 90 point to bring the 120 millimeter, and then this support truck is 50, so that's 140 per mortar. So that's lots of investment. And now he's bringing also lots of anti-air. Three anti-airs going to the middle. But I am trying to advance as fast as I can. Still using the artillery spam. He lost his support gun here. Thanks to this rocket plane, which also fired twice on this tank. Anyway, I was able somehow to push here on the north. I have 14 flag and he has only 10. He has deployed massive anti-air now. He's gonna deploy one anti-air here. As a reply to this, I started deploying my artillery, and if you remember, I put lots of artillery in this division, so I'm kinda lucky, because I said it lacks support guns and I wanted to compensate this with artillery. So this is going to be an artillery game, apparently. He's targeting the 82mm mortars. He has 4 anti-air now in here. "15 flag to 9. He has no anti-air in the south though, so most of his efforts are concentrated on the center. He was able to pass here. He lost lots of troops here. Four anti-air. He's making a wall basically of defense in this area. I started deploying lots of artillery just to counter this artillery spam. But he's gonna push now. I'm also pushing on the north. He's putting some tanks and some infantry on the north. We are in phase B basically. He was able to destroy this Razvedka, and as we say, the unit comes with half strength now when it's destroyed. This is also a good thing. He's pushing me back on the north. And since he has lots of anti-air, he's like creating a wall of anti-air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if this is going to be useful for him. I think he put his anti-air cards all in phase B. Now I started firing my 76mm artillery, trying to target his mortars basically. Okay, I got his supply truck. South is calm. Center also is calm, but he's pushing a large number of troops. Fighting is in the north. He's bringing some bombers here. I try to... Oh, this is a really bad hit. I lost three of my units here, 3 flamethrowers, and I lost the fighter here thanks to his anti-air. Now I'm targeting his anti-air units. How many he has now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 anti-air flaks. Some fighting started on the south as well. Firing at him. Here he doesn't have any anti-air, which is a good opportunity actually. Again, it missed. These planes are driving me mad, to be honest. They are not supposed to be like this. Especially that you could rely on them in a division that has no tanks. Anyway, he came here to a trap. And he lost his tank. At the same time, I advanced using this light recon. I'm still firing on his mortars. But we started to push now in the center using 3 tanks and 1 light vehicle. And I don't have much troops here because I have been focusing my units on the south and on the artillery basically. I got one of the tanks. I lost the anti-tank here. I am deploying large artillery spam here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pieces just to counter his mortars here. Now I have started attacking on the south as well, while he is attacking on the center, and in the north things are standstill. He still has his mortars though. He's advancing one T-34 tank, and he is pushing large number of infantry and tanks to the middle. I deployed the only type of T-34s that I have, T-34-76. They are not that great, but they can do something. I'm losing a lot because of the tank support that he has. Now he is advancing the Su-57 as well. I advanced 2 planes, and the reason for that, I didn't want to lose the chance to destroy this tank. Here I was able to get rid of his T-34, and I have complete control over the southern flank. But he has a large number of troops in the center, basically. "12 flag to 12 flag, and that is thanks to the fact that he has the center completely. He still hasn't lost any mortar though. I'm putting my effort to stop his advance in the center. And I am firing as his anti-air at the same time. The way he advances, his anti-air are still a bit far in the south. So he's not taking much advantage from this. My planes are hunting his tanks while he advances. He's trying to target the artillery using the mortars. These 120mm mortars have good range. I didn't think that they have that range, to be honest. Now he's pushing more powerful T-34s, 85s. That's why I deployed some anti-tanks. Nothing in the south. I should have advanced all the way here, but I think I'm just occupied trying to push him back on this attack. Even started using bombers here, and I don't have anti-air. Those artillery has really weird accuracy. I mean, I have been firing on this 120mm for long now. No luck. Finally, it's gone. trying to scout his area. He has a large number of concentrated troops here. He has 13 flag and I have 11, thanks to the number of flags he has in the middle. I'm not able to push much also in the south. He also has a Katyusha here. Still targeting his anti-air, trying to get rid of them to rely on the support of the air. He's trying to fix this tank. He lost another one. He's gonna lose lots of tanks because this is an open area and his anti-air is a little bit back. That's why he's trying to move it forward now. Let's see. I am moving this anti-tank, I think, here to also get his flank. He lost this tank as well. I'm starting moving units from here just to get this flag. We have 12 to 12 flags now. His anti-air is still effective and he's deploying more bombers here. These bombers are doing lots of damage to my troops. Okay, another attack. I think I should always now attack these tanks with 2 planes, not 1. He lost one, panicked the other one. He lost the other one. So he's losing all the tanks he putting on the front, but I'm still not able to push him back. He's still deploying more anti-air. He has fighters as well. Think I will lose this aisle too. He's trying to attack the anti-tank gun with the fighter. I think I have invested a lot in this front, and now I should deploy an anti-air, at least to stop these fighter attack and bombers. Now I started getting more anti-air here. I have more flags now, but and I secured this. He's not able to deploy any units from the south. Actually, this is a good idea to flank from this side, but given the fact that he's pushing hard on the center, I'm not sure if I will be able to do this. And he lost his fighter here. But I lost mine as well, thanks to the anti-air. Now his anti-air is a little bit forward. Trying to push more troops on the north. Let's see how this goes. His anti-air can reach my air units here, so they have to be terminated. Again, I'm suffering from these bombers. He destroyed this anti-air. This is a very heavy bomber. Yeah. I don't have much tanks also to push, so I'm relying on the artillery and the low number of tanks that I have. Trying also to target his anti-air to make way for my air units. Where is this Boston going? I think it lost its way. See, the amount of units he has here are a lot. But I have more anti-air now here. So he was going for the artillery, but he was not able to. I think he will lose this bomber also. It would be strange if he doesn't lose it. Yeah, he lost it. "13 flag to him, 11 to me, but situation looks stable on all the fronts. Target his artillery again. Yeah, I pinned it down, but I'm not sure if he's gonna lose it. Ah, and it's gone. Good. So he lost 2 of his precious 120mm mortar. He's trying to push more anti-air. We still have this 120mm mortar. Lost another tank. He has no tanks now in the middle. He has infantry and anti-air only, but he's pushing more tanks. I mean, if this is another division, I could have pushed some tanks here and flanked him, but I have really limited number of tanks, which I already lost a lot of them. So that would be a gamble. The only way is to push through infantry, I think, but also that is not guaranteed. Still, he is targeting the anti-tanks. More anti-airs are coming. Yeah, so I'm pushing here already with infantry. Bad timing though, because he has a tank going this way. Let's see if we will be able to get control of this flag. Started to put a foothold in this area. And now I'm deploying an off-map also artillery. Let's see if it's gonna make a difference. Wow, the anti-air is reaching this way in the back. I was able to get rid of his troops here, but he's sending more. He's sending more here, but at least I was able to grab his attention to send his units in the south. And this is a good off-map attack. He has 4 of his anti-air units here. It's gonna cost him a lot if it works. Let's see. I draw back the off-map vehicle. It's a wise choice. So he is able to destroy these. We also have 2 support guns coming. We destroyed the anti-air. Wow, he lost all of his anti-air in this area. 4. 4 anti-air pieces. Wow, as well as the tank as well. This was a good hit. This is great hit. He almost lost more than 60% of his anti-air capacity in this region. He has a Rasvitka here. I don't know. I would have quit after this, to be honest. This is a massive loss. Let's see. Yeah, he decided to quit. That was a good game. Lack of, as we saw, lack of tanks and support slow down this Bakhtina a little bit. Otherwise, it would have been a great division. Number of kills is 3, 8, 1, 5 for me, 3, 5, 4, 5 for him. That's a bit close. Let's see the kills. I'm guessing we will see lots of good kills here. So here fighter against a fighter. Okay, we have this Sabiri got all these 3 units. The IL-2M got these 2 units. This rocket plane got 2 tanks. He lost lots of tanks to the rocket planes and the anti-tank. Huge waste. As we can see, 4 tanks here lost to this. 2 other tanks lost to this. Despite the fact that he had anti-air, but maybe it was not distributed properly. He lost mortars and anti-air as a result of this artillery. Rasvitka was able to destroy some of his tanks. Sabiri. Okay, this is all somehow normal. This Rasvitka got also 1 tank. As we can see, the anti-tank got 2 of his T-34s. One of them is 85. And here, look at this. The MLRS artillery, 4 of his anti-air lost at once. This is great loss. And a tank as well. And then another tank to this. Let's see our losses here. I would assume mostly because of the mortar and the bombers, but let's see. Yeah, this was able to destroy some of the support. Yeah, see, the mortar here destroyed my 2 mortars as well as the infantry. The Su-57 destroyed this tank and some of the infantry. T-34 also. His mortars again. His mortar was able to destroy some of my artillery. That is a very long range mortar. I think I'm gonna use 120mm starting from now. I will stop using the 82mm because it really has a good range. Then we have this rocket plane. No, this is not a rocket plane. This is a bomber, heavy bomber. As we can see, also destroying lots of units. Anti-air got 2 air units. His anti-air was not that effective in taking down my planes, and probably because it was a little bit back in the back side. T-34 got some of my tanks and my infantry. Gavardia, again the bombers destroying lots of units. This T-3485 destroying some units. Again, the bomber. Yeah, so basically his hero of the game was the bombers and the mortars, while on my side most of the kills also was due to artillery and due to anti-tanks. So this was it. I hope everybody enjoyed this game and see you in future games.